Good afternoon to all the beautiful people out there. I'm currently reporting live from the beautiful hillside in Germany. I just got back from a deployment, and I wanted to talk about a beautiful program that the Air Force actually put into action last year that allows co-parents to actually go to the same installation. So if you're like me and you are NCO in the world's greatest military, then you've probably had a failed marriage at some point. I mean, it's just a requirement these days to be a good NCO. Not really, but that's what they say. If you are like me, then you've had at least one failed marriage. And if you have kids, it's tough to get around a lot. It's tough to do literally anything in the military without your kids suffering. So the military took note of that, and they enacted this program that allows two co-parents to go to the same base without having to be married. It kind of codes you like the joint spouse thing. So if you're married in the military, it's the same program. It's the same type of coding that allows married couples to go to the same installation. Lieutenant General Brian T. Kelly, he had like a little anecdote, and I quote, he said, "We recognize family dynamics don't always look the same, and there is not a one-size-fits-all solution to managing people's career and assignments." And he also said, "We ask our people to move frequently, and we know that can cause additional stress and sacrifices for their families. This change gives us flexibility needed to better take care of them." Now, he is the Deputy Chief of Staff for Manpower, Personnel, and Services. So basically, he manages these moves. He's the 3-star over that program. So essentially, the way that you would do this process, you would go through your military processing station if you're Air Force, your MPF, or your command support staff. You would tell them, "Hey, I have a co-parent. You need to have a child custody order or a child custody agreement in place so that you could actually route that paperwork up, and then they would actually give you, if you get approved for it, there are some stipulations based on your own individual situation. Hopefully you didn't have like an unfavorable information file paperwork type of thing or a restraining order on you from your spouse. Because we all know some of y'all's marriages, they ain't all roses and rainbows. But if you didn't have anything barring you from being around your spouse, then you'd have to route them an approval form, and your command would have to approve it as well. And then you can go to that same base. Chief Master Sergeant Caleb Wright, or former Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force Caleb Wright, he said, "This is one we've been working on for a while, and I'm glad we can get it across the finish line. You know, the Air Force life is a family business. As such, we owe it to our teammates to make sure they have every opportunity to keep their family together whenever possible. I am a firm advocate of this. If you would like to be around your family like me, it is so important for the Air Force to put policies in place like this, that life happens. And every relationship that you have is not going to be perfect and not work out to the best of their ability all the time." And I think the Air Force started to realize this. So they put this program into place that allows co-parents to be in the same place. And I think that that is beautiful. That is something that I'm in favor of an Air Force where we can all be more effective at our jobs because our families are close by. If you want to look at this more on your own, in your free time, it's covered under AFI 36-2110, and it's called the Child Custody Court Order Agreement. So remember, you got to have that court order saying that y'all have a child custody arrangement in place and no restraining orders. And as always, signing out from the court or the mountainside in Germany, y'all be safe.